Hey everyone, this week I'm testing out this 2020 Nissan Titan, and it also just so happens that I need to go pick up some gravel for this area of my yard that I'm landscaping here. This is a 2020 Nissan Titan Pro-4X crew cab. It has a payload capacity of 1,630 pounds. If you do the math, subtract my weight and that of my wife, that works out to being able to fit about 45 30-pound bags of gravel, which is pretty much what we need. So I thought this would present a unique opportunity to show what it feels like when you max out the payload capacity of a Nissan Titan. Saw that coming.
Yeah.
All right, so we got everything in, but in the process, the tailgate has fallen off of the truck. So we're gonna try to get it aligned. Oh, yeah. Yikes. Is it? Nope, it's not aligned. So it's just held on.
What is it now?
Gently. Okay. All right, tailgate's back on. So it's in, and the tailgate is aligned and everything, so it was just a minor inconvenience, nothing major. Let's see. Damping still works. I think we're fine. Yeah. Huh. Okay, we're okay. So you can see pretty significant squat there. They all fit really nicely. I would not want to add any more weight because we are very, very close to the payload limit. Now to see what it's like to drive this thing home. Okay, we got it loaded up. Managed to save the tailgate. That was weird. Definitely sitting pretty low. And we're off. There you go, railroad tracks, the first test. And actually it feels a little more stable. This is a Pro-4X model, so it's got Bilstein shock absorbers, and those are generally a little bouncier than regular shock absorbers. They're nicer over potholes, but the truck floats a little bit more. One thing I am noticing, I do not like how the bags of rocks are sitting at the level of the rear window, so the next chance I get right up ahead here, I am gonna pull over and lower them. Okay, and we're back. Got everything leveled back there. I feel much better. Nothing is gonna fly through the rear glass if I have to slam on the brakes. It feels pretty planted, like extra planted. It's kind of nice actually. It reminds me of how way back 20, 30 years ago, you used to load your truck bed down with sandbags to ensure that you had traction if there was ever like any ice or snow on the road. Because it's kind of nice to drive around with a weighed down bed. Yeah, you don't get that subtle float that you normally get with the Bilstein suspension. Obviously, we're not working with airbags or anything, but I can't notice, like, it doesn't feel like the truck is riding with its nose up in the air. I think it's fine. I'm sure the stopping distance is longer now that we have more weight in the bed. Okay, we are gonna merge onto the freeway now. We have just 2 exits to go, so it's like 1.5 miles on the freeway. Definitely doesn't feel as powerful as it does without 1,400 pounds in the bed. Coming up to a traffic circle now. Tesla that wanted to stop at the traffic circle. So the Titan has a 5.6 liter V8, makes 400 horsepower for 2020, and definitely doesn't feel as powerful as it normally does. Yeah, I gotta say, it's a slightly nicer ride with all this weight in the bed. And that probably doesn't come as a surprise to anybody who's hauled a lot in a pickup, but this is, I think, the most weight I've ever carried in the bed of a truck. Okay, and we've made it home. Definitely gonna back in to make this easy to unload. We made it. And I think that about sums up our little experiment there. Learned a couple things. First of all, I just measured some of these bags, and while they say 30 pounds on the label, most of them came in at around 34 pounds. So we're probably even closer to that payload limit than I originally calculated. Second thing, I did note that the tailgate fell off while we were in the process of getting this pallet of rocks into the bed. And after looking at it, I realized that, so the pallet was kind of hanging out over the tailgate a little bit. It was right about here. And what happened is I tried to close the tailgate, and that applied pressure at the perfect angle to get it to pop off these hinges here. And you can see that if you do angle this just at the right angle and then pull, you could take it off fairly easily. So, you know, on one hand, kind of weird that it was able to come off at all, but on the other hand, it's a scenario that probably wouldn't come up again. It was just kind of like the perfect storm for it to pop off there. So kind of weird. Altogether, the truck drove really well loaded down like this. And again, Pro-4X model, it's squatting pretty low right now. There's still a comfortable amount of clearance. And yeah, it actually drove pretty nicely on the way back here. It wasn't the farthest drive back. I felt all around pretty confident. Probably minimize the amount of time I spent driving around with maximum payload, but hey, for this little job, got it done. So thumbs up there. Thanks for watching.